Hello, my name is Singh Yatinder, and here we are going to examine the lungs and thorax. Before the examination, we would like to review some anatomy concept for recall. We are having 12 pair of ribs that joint with sternum in middle line. Downside the neck, we have suprasternal notch. Near the clavicle, we have manubrium that connect with body of sternum, and downside this is xiphoid process. These are part of sternum. At the joint of manubrium and body of sternum there is sternal angle. The ribs are made joint with sternum through costal cartilage. At the posterior side, we can palpate the lungs and vertebrae. Now we can remark chest by vertical lines. This is suprasternal. We have in the middle sternal line, mid clavicular line, anterior axillary line, middle axillary line, and posterior axillary line. On the posterior side, we have vertebral line and scapular line. Now we are going to recall some lungs anatomy. We have one pair of lungs. The left lung is little bit smaller than right one. The lower border of lungs crosses 6th rib at mid-clavicular line, 8th rib at mid-axillary line, and posteriorly the lower border lies about T10 spinous process. Each lung is divided roughly in half by oblique fissure. In the left lung we have two sublobes, left upper lobe and left lower lobe. For right lungs we have three sublobes, right upper lobe, right middle lobe, and right lower lobe. Now we have anatomical description for chest. Supraclavicular, it's above the clavicle. Infraclavicular, below the clavicle. Posteriorly, interscapular, it's between the scapulae. Infrascapular, it's below the scapula. Now we are going to examine the lung and chest. Firstly, here we palpate all ribs and intercostal spaces. We would start with suprasternal notch to detect second rib, because first rib we can't palpate that. Posteriorly, 12th rib is another mark for counting ribs and interspaces. Find T12 and up from below the rib cage, then walk up interspaces above the tip of scapulae. Now ask patient to flex neck to find the C7 and then count C7 to T12 spinous process. Now observe the pattern of breathing. according to chest and chest shape during breathing. The respiration rate should be 14 to 20 times in a minute. Now we would check the position of trachea by sternal notch. Check the patient's nail and nail bed for any cyanosis arising from deoxygenation. Now examine the posterior thorax. Check the symmetry and shape. Palpate the chest wall to check the pain and any tenderness. Now we are going to palpate the posterior chest wall. Identify tender areas and carefully report the area where patient feel the pain. Now we are going to percussion. This is the now we are going to percussion. This is the important method to check the lungs for any fluid or air producing audible sounds. We are using middle finger of left hand to feel the vibration and right hand middle finger to strike on the left hand's finger. Its sound be a ladder like pattern. Now we are going to auscultation. This is also important method for assessing air flow and listening the sound of breathing. Before beginning this, ask the patient to cough once for avoiding any atelectasis or air mucus. Listen the breath sound with stethoscope. We are here detecting any kind of deformities or silent gap or mucus. The breathing varying in intensity with their pitch at different locations. Now we are going to check transmitted voice sound with stethoscope. Egophony. Ask the patient to say E. E. You will normally hear a muffled long E sound. If E sound like A, it's nasal bleating. Bronchophony. Ask patient to say 99. 99. Normally it's also muffled. Third one is whispered pectoralici. Ask patient to whisper 99. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to whisper. Voice is normally heard faintly and indistinctly. Now we are going to anterior thorax. Firstly, we inspect any kind deformities, abnormal retraction. Now we are going to palpate anterior chest wall. Percussion same as with posterior chest wall, like a ladder pattern. Now auscultation the lung sound and report any deformities.